Howdy, my name is Withhell. But is it really though? No, not really. Now today I want to extend my warm heathen greetings to all of my subscribers. Yes, both of y'all. I thought it would be advantageous to discuss the purpose of my channel because there has been just a little bit of confusion about that. Now the purpose of this channel is for me to discuss my experiences as one of Jehovah's Witnesses and to explore the questions and reasonings that led to me becoming a non-believer. And when I say non-believer, I don't just mean that, I don't like Watchtower because they're not very nice, which granted is true, but I don't believe in any sort of God or theistic religion. But it's not my goal to prove that a particular God doesn't exist either, which is probably impossible anyway. I neither believe nor disbelieve in a higher power or intelligent design. I'm also not especially interested in who or what caused the Big Bang or started the process of evolution. And I'm not one of those atheists who debates religious apologists. Once it becomes embarrassingly obvious that something is a delusional fantasy, I don't see much point in dignifying it with debates. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for other people to do it, but it feels like a waste of time for me, and it's not the purpose of my channel. Of course, we all know the real reason is because I'm afraid of all the facts and evidence that religious apologists have. Because, insert name of whatever God or gods you believe in are totally real, and insert name of whatever religion you practice is the only correct way of worshiping that God or gods too, I guess. But honestly, I don't think you really can use logic to debunk a strong conviction someone has that's based only in faith and emotions. The believer will likely continue to believe what they want to believe anyway, because their belief wasn't based in logic in the first place. Well, at least that's what I tell people, so I can avoid getting schooled by an apologist. But in all seriousness, if a belief gives somebody comfort or if it becomes a fun hobby or social activity for them, I'm happy to let them enjoy it. Whether it's religion, flat earth, magic, extraterrestrial conspiracies, or whatever, I'm fine with it as long as it's not hurting people. Now, other religions are no truer than Watchtower, in my opinion. But the difference is that being one of Jehovah's Witnesses does hurt people. People like me, people I know and care about. Now, no doubt some other religions can be harmful too, but this is the one I know the most about, and that's what I focus on. And why do I make the videos? Well, it's kind of therapeutic and sometimes even sort of fun in a way, reflecting on my experiences. But I also love reading the comments of viewers and hearing your stories too. So that's another purpose of this channel, to connect with people and allow viewers like you to share your thoughts and experiences about being one of Jehovah's Witnesses or even a different religion. In fact, I love the comments so much that I respond to every single one of them, unless there's a few that I might have accidentally missed, probably because I just didn't receive a notification or something. But I also don't typically respond to comments promoting religion or comments that assert what I believe without even asking me, or stupid questions or comments regarding my atheism. I mean, considering that the entire theme of my channel is why I'm a non-believer, if you still have to ask me why I would quote unquote give up on the Christian God after watching my videos, I mean, there's not much more I can say in a comment to answer that. Now, having said that, different opinions are welcome. It is about sharing experiences, and your experience can still be valid even if it's different from mine. Have you had good experiences being one of Jehovah's Witnesses? Feel free to talk about them. I had a few good experiences too, and I plan on talking about those in future videos. Have you had good experiences in some other religion? Well, feel free to share them. And if your church is doing good in your community, go ahead and talk it up in the comment section. Whereas Jehovah's Witnesses mostly just bother people at their door or send them junk mail, I'm sure some other churches probably serve very practical purposes. I wish we had secular churches or organizations filling that role instead, but it is what it is. I don't hate everything about even Jehovah's Witnesses, much less other religions. But just know that if you start preaching to me, while I'm probably not going to delete your comment or anything, I'm also not going to really read it or respond to it. And as a fair warning, I won't mince words or hesitate in saying that I think many religious beliefs are stupid. Not necessarily the people who are members of those religions, but the actual doctrines. Basically, you can find more polite and tactful XJW channels or even atheist channels out there if mine doesn't do it for you. Even though I do try to be a nice guy, that's why I typically say nothing to comments that I find insulting. And even if you watch my videos and say, oh, nothing to see here, I'm going to go ahead and become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And that's your business. And again, feel free to share it in the comment section if that's how you get your jollies. The purpose of my channel is not to wake people up. It's help people who are already in the process of waking up realize that they're not crazy and that they're not alone. I mean, yeah, it would be great if one of my videos helped to wake someone up from believing in their religion, especially Jehovah's Witnesses. But that's not something I had in mind when I started this channel. I honestly don't believe you can wake someone up unless they're ready to wake up on some level themselves. But, man, that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't necessarily consider myself an anti-Watchtower activist, but I am flattered to be considered as such by some viewers. Maybe I'm like an incidental activist, like how they used to have incidental witnessing back in the day. I don't know. I would ultimately like to see Watchtower go out of business, but I have mixed feelings because, honestly, I worry about the impact that it's going to have on some of the more emotionally fragile members of Jehovah's Witnesses. Obviously, Watchtower does more harm than good, but the organization may be the only crutch that's still sustaining some of the more broken members. I mean, obviously, I guess it's more important for Watchtower to stop breaking people in the first place than to maintain the fantasy that a lot of witnesses are living for, but that'll probably be a discussion for another video. Suffice to say, my channels aim more at ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and those who are already on the way out, rather than current Jehovah's Witnesses. If there's anything that I would like to influence for current Jehovah's Witnesses, it would be for them to enjoy their real lives, instead of only living for a paradise that's always just around the corner, but never seems to get here. But I mean, if people want to believe in paradise, and if they want to go knocking on doors to earn their way into that paradise, that's fine with me too. But I would like to see them take a step back from the crazier demands of this organization. Don't shun your family members. Don't deny yourself medical treatments. Don't hesitate to report abuse to the authorities. That's why I made the video about extreme versus moderate or liberal witnesses. So that's it regarding the purpose of the channel. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the name of the channel. I originally wanted to go with the name Withheld to describe Watchtower's effect on my life as well as my desire for anonymity, but that name sounded a little bit defeatist, so I never used it. I then went with King of Fade, or AndrewXJW King of Fade, for a while, not realizing there was already a King of Faders channel. But mine was actually based on a reference to a Police song called King of Pain. I've now shortened it to just AndrewXJW for the sake of simplicity. And yes, the way I used the XJW in the name is meant to reference the way Malcolm X used the letter X in his name, in case you're wondering. Probably weren't, but just in case. I am technically fading also, so I had also considered originally wearing like a bandana mask in my videos because I saw a coworker that was wearing a bandana that I liked. But when I got around to actually filming my first video, I saw there was another XJW channel wearing a bandana. I think it's called XJW Still Fading. So I just opted for the fake Clark Kent disguise instead. So that's what you normally see. Now, my first video was deliberately shadowy. But by the time I shot my second video, I had pretty much lost interest in concealing my identity. I do like the shades though, especially for filming outside in the sunlight. But yeah, so that's the video. I want you to tell me something good in the comments. I mean, does your church promote higher education? Do they feed the hungry? Are they a force for good in the community? Tell me about it in the comments. Also, if you're a non-believer, do you know of any good secular organizations that are doing some of those same good works in the community? Also, do you have any other questions or comments regarding the channel, things that I didn't cover? And do you have any maybe suggestions for upcoming videos? All of y'all, just let me know in the comment section. And thanks for watching.